Despite a rather morbid title, the new book, Death in Irish Prehistory, was a joy to review. Firstly, this weighty book that clocks in at over 450 pages is beautiful. The pleasing paper quality, matte finish, layout and illustrations are fabulously arty and almost ornamental. But it is more than just a pretty face. There is real substance here, not just in the highly detailed historical information on funerary rites in prehistoric Ireland and the wider world of northwestern Europe, but in the associated content that lifts the academic and archaeological facts off the page. This includes poetry and the aforementioned artwork that, ironically given the book's title, brings this vast swathe of the distant past to life. It is in the treatment of the prehistoric dead that we learn so much about how these people actually lived, what was important to them, what they believed, and how they went about their lives. It might make a fairly odd coffee table book, but it certainly looks like one. This is something that you can dip into to retrieve necessary facts and information, but also a window into a long-lost world that allows the reader to ponder and daydream about the foundations of what brought us here. We see a past that is at once alien and familiar. These people were just like us in terms of their cognitive and in most respects physical attributes, but they were dealt the hand of being born before all modernity, in a time where wood and stone, whittled and knapped with their bare hands, were the tools of the day. It is tempting to see an idyll sometimes when you consider their closeness to nature and intrinsic rhythmic simpatico with the seasons and celestial events. But then the brutality and harshness of their existence brings this notion crashing down. The book is highly detailed with beautiful diagrams showing the different types of tombs and megalithic memorials. It is also a thought-provoking work that challenges the way prehistory is seen. The great arcs of prehistoric historiography as covered here, the Mesolithic, Neolithic, Bronze Age and Iron Age, are often seen, as the book calls it, in economic terms. But these periodic pigeonholes were blurred at the margins and were geographically inconsistent. Yes, there was a trend from the hunter-gatherer lifestyle towards farming as the Mesolithic ended and the Neolithic began. But, as the book says, then came the recognition that the switchover in subsistence was more complex and drawn out in some cases, with wild food supplies continuing to play a significant role in people's lives. This prompted a shift in the focus of discussion in recent years to consideration of the transition as involving new ideas, new relationships between humans, animals, things and their environment, the building of monuments, and the active use of a wider range of materials, notably pottery and stone tools, sometimes obtained from particular sources and specific locations. Monuments to contain the remains of selected individuals were central to the transformation. The dead in this ancient world are able to tell us this through isotopic analysis and aDNA studies. As one might expect, the book looks into grave goods deposited with the deceased to honour them or for their use in their onward journey. It also delves into the ways in which bodies were positioned and which direction they faced, or whether they were inhumated or cremated. This shows deep cultural traditions based on beliefs in the treatment of the dead, and we can extrapolate that these shared values extended to many aspects of the lives of prehistoric people from birth to death. But the dead were not always so delicately disposed of. There are detailed accounts of so-called bog bodies, which raise the grim spectre of one aspect of ancient life that did not honour the dead: human sacrifice. The book includes images of these which I won't reproduce here as this platform is not keen on them, as I know from previous experience, but it also helpfully includes well-rendered diagrams. The book poses a tantalising and troubling possibility in the placement of these Iron Age sacrificial offerings. Deposited as they were in bogs, liminal spaces linked to the other world, were they put there to expedite their journey to the other side, or was this a more sinister punishment? Was it to ensure that they would remain forever in a state of limbo, forced to be the restless dead? Elsewhere there are some lovely flourishes in this book, such as the aforementioned poetry, which brilliantly complements the academic work. It lifts these skeletons off the page, makes them flesh and makes them human. You see yourself looking back at you across thousands of years of history. One such poem by Una Mannion is included. It is called Crouched Burial. It reads, "They move the earth with small trowels and brushes, and all week the seals sing a desolate chorus as if for you. First a small child's foot, slow sweeps of the brush across your small bones, your shape in the ditch taking definition, a slow birth in the corner of the field by the water's edge. You are lying on your side, knees pulled into your chest, the thin bones of your arms holding yourself without your hands." Your heavy head bent low towards your small body, a comma in the earth. Like an ultrasound picture of the earth's womb where you lay crouched for years. Beside your ribcage, a single blue glass bead, for your ear a bronze ring, your grave gifts. If flowers and herbs cradled your head, they are dust now. Someone brought you here and laid you down with care, your death a secret, your story buried. In the moon bay, at the edge of earth where they found you, the midden shells lay a time like growth rings. Now is our turn on the surface of time, you and your buried bead, prehistory, before there were written words to remember with. A sequence of milk teeth along the bone of your jaw, the buds to permanent teeth spell your age. You are 18 months old. Your bones in the midden are a mystery. Iron Age people did not bury their dead. Bodies were left to wind or wolves or water, but not you. Perhaps touching your cold cheek, your mother could not abandon your body to the night. And here, where the land juts out towards the sea and the tide moves, a place she might find you again, she brought you. That's it for this video. Don't forget to like, share, and most importantly subscribe. And you can also support the channel on Subscribestar via the link in the description or via YouTube Super Thanks. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.